We all love to learn new skills and want to continuously improve. But in today's world, with so much information and so many distractions from social media, we often get overwhelmed. It's not uncommon to get stuck consuming endless information and quote-unquote inspiration from social media without ever taking action. Therefore, in this video, I'll talk about a simple but effective 3-step framework that will make you break free from this cycle: action, reflection, and theory. I will dive deeper into the most crucial step, action. So make sure to watch until the end, as there are insights that will help you all throughout the video. The 3-step framework to continuously learn and improve in anything is action, reflection, and theory. This applies both to when you want to learn something new or in the middle of learning something. You take action by doing the thing. This is the most crucial step, especially for beginners. As mentioned in the intro, we're overloaded with information in today's world, and it's easy to get stuck in endless consumption of theory and planning. After taking action, you reflect on what you did. This can be done subconsciously by letting your brain process the information passively, or consciously by setting aside time to actively think and journal about it. Lastly, you look up on theory to deepen your understanding of the topic or fill in the gaps of what you did not understand based on the actions you just took. To make this concept more practical, we can imagine a guy wanting to learn to play the guitar. He takes action by trying to learn easy songs and chords. After the practice, he reflects on what went well for him. It could be some chords that he naturally did well, and he reflects on what was challenging. That could be other chords that he struggled with, or it could be the timing of his strumming. After reflecting, he will then look up on theory by, for example, searching up YouTube videos on how to play the challenging chords or get better at timing his strumming. This is a continuous cycle that, if applied effectively, will propel you upwards. It works for basically everything, whether it's learning a musical instrument, a sport, or an academic subject. We'll dive deeper into the reflection and theory steps in future videos, but today we're going to focus on the most important part, especially if you're a beginner, and that is the action step. Before moving on, I just want to quickly mention my free newsletter. If you want to dive even deeper into self-improvement concepts, get my free Notion templates for a limited time, or just get to know me better, join my free newsletter that is linked below. Now let's get back to the video. As this is a continuous cycle, you can start at any step. However, I strongly suggest starting with and focusing primarily on action. In today's world, we have too much information, and it's easy to get stuck in what I call mental masturbation with theory. Most people spend so much time on theory that they never take action. Some might even postpone getting started for years, getting addicted to consuming theoretical knowledge without applying it. If you relate to this, consider skipping the theory part altogether in the beginning, or at least minimize your focus on it. You just want to get into the habit of taking action. Let's look at a practical comparison. Imagine guy A spends 45 minutes playing the guitar and 50 minutes reflecting and looking up on theory. He does this 3 times a week for a total of 3 hours each week. Guy B, on the other hand, spends his time reading up on theory about playing the guitar, watch other people play, look at tutorials, and daydream about himself playing the guitar amazingly in front of his friends and strangers. But he actually never plays and practices the guitar. Imagine he does this for 6 hours a week. It's pretty obvious who's going to progress faster, and you might even think that I'm silly for giving such an example. But this is exactly what a lot of people are doing with other skills. So many people mental masturbate about starting a business, starting a YouTube channel, or reading up on social skills without actually taking action and applying it. They love to talk about it and discuss it, spending tens of hours, if not hundreds, but they never actually do anything. You've probably seen a lot of these people, haven't you? Or maybe you're one of them yourself. What most people also don't realize is that action is also a form of knowledge gathering, not just theory. There is no theory that will give you the knowledge of how you specifically, with your unique physical and psychological traits, are going to respond when trying to implement certain theories. That knowledge is only unlocked through action. The number one thing that stops people from taking action is fear. It could be a fear that you're aware of, or a fear that stops you subconsciously without you even realizing it. For most people, it's a fear that they were initially aware of, but have burned down. This fear is usually the root cause that makes people convince themselves that they're being productive by reading theory and always come up with excuses to not do the thing and postpone it indefinitely. They're essentially just dancing around the problem. If you see in my bottleneck video, they're doing everything else except addressing the bottleneck. No matter how much effort you put into other tasks, if it's not solving the bottleneck, you're not moving forward. This step is hard, I know it. That's why you avoided it in the first place. But it's going to continue for the rest of your life if you don't confront it. There's just no other way around. So how do you solve it? There are small things you can do that will help, but the main thing is to just confront your fears face to face. It is that simple. You have to act and do what you need to do despite your fears. In the moment, it's probably going to feel like a life or death situation, but you have to look at your demons straight in the eye and crush them. The more you do this, the more confidence you'll gain every time this fear comes up and tries to stop you from taking action. And the older and wiser you get, the more you're going to realize how silly or small of a deal the situations really were, and that it was just your fear tricking you. Almost all older people have come to this realization. When asked about what they wish they had done when they were younger, they often say they wish they had just done it and done it earlier. Because in the end, nothing matters. And if nothing matters in the end, you could have just done what you truly wanted in the first place. So stop waiting, stop overthinking, and take action now. Your future self will thank you.